boy Mizzo holding it down for y'all on this lovely Friday evening. Peace and blessings to the multitude. Thank y'all for joining me tonight. You know what we do on this show. You know what I mean? Sports, hip hop, regular stuff. You know what I mean? We're gonna give us a Bows. We're gonna crown us a Bows Award a week. You know what I'm saying? Make sure I say that right. Things like that. You know, let's get into it. But before we do, I want to shout out our sponsors. If you're looking to get a haircut, go check out the good folks over there at Main Event Barbershop, 104 Chandler Street. You know, get cleaned up, fade, taper, baldy, whatever you need, they got you. Also, if you're looking to get a plate, you hungry, go see my man Timothy Brunfield, Big Belly Barbecue. Anything you need, all the delicacies, none of that processed preservatives and all that. Real good, clean food. Go check them out. Let me support the brother, support the local business. And also, as well, speaking of local business, if you're looking to get your gear right, you know, want to end it off with, you know, sneaker game right, go hit up the good folks at My Tips. They also got clothing too for you. So, you know, get right. You know what I mean? Shout out our sponsors. And as always, like, subscribe, share, comment. All right, let's get into it. First topic. I don't know if anybody's seen this last week. Well, a couple weeks ago after the Spain national team, women's national team won the World Cup, the president, his name is, let me make sure I get this joint right. Luis Rubiales. Rubiales basically went in and gave a kiss to one of the team captains, Jenni Hermoso. Now they're investigating it. He says they want him to resign from it because they're saying it was unsolicited. It just looked like it was unsolicited. He's saying it was consensual. She wanted the kiss. She said, nah, she was vulnerable, caught off guard. She felt like she was a victim. It's just a whole messy situation, man. Basically, I started the show off to say this. Like, at the end of the day, we got to get back to understanding sometimes, man, no matter the moment, heat of the moment, whatever you think it is, man, unless she or he, whatever you want to say, says yes, just don't do it, man. Just don't do it. You know what I mean? He did something crazy. I don't know if he's just trying to flex power, whatever the case is. But yeah, this is way out of bounds, way out of pocket. He's probably gonna lose his job for it. You know what I mean? They're investigating him. I mean, I don't know what they're gonna do criminal, but at the same time, man, and he's being defiant, basically saying, "Look, nah, it was consensual. It was this, that, and the third." Like, but she's saying no. At the end of the day, man, you planted the kiss on her. It's kind of up to the other person too to either agree or disagree or say yes or no. You know what I mean? And I don't think in that split second she did it because I've seen the video. If you watch the video, shows them celebrating. They walk up to each other. I don't know if he walks up to her, grabs her kind of by her face or her back of her head, and plants the kiss on her. You know what I'm saying? Again, it's an awkward moment. Millions of people saw it. Like, so it's crazy. You know what I mean? For that to happen, he put her in a vulnerable position. He put himself in a messed up position, too, to do something like that. Heat of the moment, yeah, you just won the World Cup. That's what's up. But nah, you don't do it like that. That was way too far, way out of bounds, way out of pocket. And for him to be this defiant says more about him, too, as well. Like, man, but basically just the moral of this story is, man, listen, man, no is no. And if there's no, even if you don't even, you know, if it's really like that with them, for you to do something like that, how about just don't do it, period? You know what I'm saying? Now, if him and her linking up in their private time, that's not our business. It definitely ain't my business. And hey, more power to him. Do what you do. But to do that right there like that is crazy. Even if they was in a relationship, don't even do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't do that at all. You know what I mean? But obviously, it's clearly they're not. She's, you know what I mean? She wasn't with it. She's saying she wasn't with it. Yeah, he crossed the line there. You know what I mean? So, man, fellas, ladies, anybody, man, don't do it, man. If you ain't got permission or if it don't even seem like it's the time, or matter of fact, certain things ain't the time, just don't do it. Just don't do it at all. You know what I mean? But all right, let's talk about let's get into some basketball real quick. So Andre Iguodala and Evan Turner was on Gilbert Arenas' podcast, and they basically was saying something that would make you think they're exposing the NBA. See if I can cue it up for y'all. Hold on a second. Give me a minute. Yeah, give me a second. Let me just find this real quick. Let me see if I can find the sound in here. Here we go. No, I'm telling you. So we're about to play the Celtics or whatever. Game 7. So I'm hyped as hell. I'm like, yeah, bro, we got a game 7. Like, we're out the dam. Like, this is going to be lit. So it was like, we're going to have to win by 15, just win by 1. So I'm like, what you mean? He's like, bro, this is NBA, it's entertainment. Like, LeBron is and the Heat are waiting. Would you rather watch the Celtics or the Sixers play the Heat? I'm going to be honest with you. I'm on the team. I wouldn't even watch the Sixers play the Heat type shit. Like, so we get in this game, you know how much money the NBA is going to lose. I'm telling you, take M's and M's from this. I'm like, what? He said millions of memories. Because this is entertainment. Damn, that's a bar. And he said, as long as you know that, don't act like your OG and tell you. You could be up so much that don't affect it. Closeout game is the hard. All right. From Evan Turner basically saying that the refs would influence the game because obviously it's entertainment, and the NBA would have rather seen that year would have rather seen the Celtics and the Miami Heat in the conference finals. That was 2012. I remember that season because I actually went to game 2 in Boston, Celtics Sixers. It's a good game. Sixers did win that game though, and tied it up 1-1, but it did go to game 7 in Boston. Celtics did ultimately win. But also remember, the Sixers were an 8 seed. They beat the Bulls that season. Derrick Rose tore his ACL. Bulls were not prohibitive favored, but they were favored to get there. You know what I'm saying? And they weren't supposed to lose to Philly, but obviously they lost because Derrick Rose got hurt. So yeah, nobody definitely didn't want to see Philly against Miami. Miami's a juggernaut. You'd have rather seen Boston, Miami with the rivalries, with the way, obviously Paul Pierce, LeBron, KG, LeBron having a bad blood, Rajon Rondo, Dwayne Wade. So it was all type of bad blood, and it was better for for the entertainment value. Yeah, definitely, for sure. He's right about that. I mean, do I think the refs are thinking that at the same time, or the league office pushing that to the refs? I don't know, man. I want to say no. The integrity that I think the NBA and all sports entities should have is telling me to say, hell nah. There's no way that they would get on it like that. No way. But you don't know. I'm not a player. You know what I mean? He played. They're telling him, look, you know what I mean? We got to be up 15, basically, for this not to impact this. Again, and they ultimately did lose that game 7 and obviously the series. So it's a crazy thing, and it's crazy that a lot of people aren't talking about it because it kind of goes over your head when you think about it. But sometimes you got to think about it. Like, as much like I said, I'm disagreeing with him because I think the integrity of the NBA and all sports entities would say, hey, we don't think like that. Whoever plays. You know what I'm saying? Whoever gets there, the better team's gonna win that day. Whoever the better team wins and moves on, that's who moves on. We're not gonna influence it with the referees. But again, if you're thinking eyeballs and TV ratings, you know what I mean? NBA is not like football where it seems like football can do no wrong. Now, again, does anybody want to see, the Cardinals, I hate to say it like that, the Cardinals, and say the Texans in the Super Bowl this season? Probably not. But I guarantee more fans are going to watch that than, say, an NBA. I hate to say this, the Kings and the Charlotte Hornets. You know what I mean? Let's just say they made it. Or the Kings and the Heat. Let's just say it like that. Two good teams. The Brooklyn Nets and the Timberwolves. Or even the Nets and the Nuggets. More fans are probably going to watch the Cardinals and the Texans in the Super Bowl than what I just said, the Nets and the Nuggets. More than likely. With two teams just played, the Heat and the Nuggets. More teams are probably going to go watch the Texans and the Cardinals in the Super Bowl than that whole series. And that's just the reality. So maybe from a viewer's perspective or a money perspective, the NBA is saying, you know what? We got to get our views up, keep our viewership going. Yeah, we need Boston and Miami that year. And all the years going on. But again, also, we talked about a couple months back where there was a script out saying that NBA had it where the Celtics and Lakers would play. That obviously didn't happen. Lakers lost in 4. Celtics lost in 7. And we got the Nuggets and the Heat. A final series that I'm sure nobody was thinking of and wanted to see. I watch because I'm a sports fanatic. It's a fanatical masshole. You know how we get down. So yes, of course I watched every game, every dribble, whatever. But what would I rather have seen? Yes, I would have rather had seen the Celtics and the Nuggets, or the Celtics and definitely would have rather seen the Celtics and the Lakers for sure. Celtics against almost any of them teams. The Celtics, either Celtics, Nuggets, Celtics, Suns, Celtics, Lakers, Celtics, Clippers, Celtics, Warriors, definitely. Then the Heat and any of those teams, for sure. But that's not what happened. Heat were the better team that series. They won. That's obviously not what happened out west. The Nuggets were the best team. They won the whole damn thing. So, again, I want to say for the integrity, I don't think that's real. But I ain't play. You know what I'm saying? But that's crazy to think that. And if that's ever real and that comes out like that again. Now, if you watch the Tim Donaghy story on Netflix, Untold, that's a great series, that documentary series, Untold on Netflix. They got Tim Donaghy on there. It's called Flagrant Foul. Some of that might make you think like, yeah, you know what? Hold on. Maybe they're influencing the game a little bit too much. Because it basically towards the end of the documentary, it basically led on that Tim Donaghy wasn't the only one out there fixing games. A lot more refs was fixing games. Way more refs fixing games. So, man, it's crazy to think that, though. Real crazy to think that. All right. Next topic. What else we got for y'all? We got going on. All right, let's get into some baseball real quick. So, Yankees are playing tonight. They have 3-0 on the Rockets. We got nowhere to go. We out. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't matter. Like, I calculated. The Yankees would basically have to go 27-3. And all the other teams would have to go 500 and below for the Yankees to jump all those teams to get into the playoffs. That ain't happening. We know that's not happening. None of that is happening at all. At all. At all. At all. As much as I want it to happen, I don't. Because it's time for the Yankees to do a complete overhaul. The Yankees are not a good organization. It's time for them to do a complete overhaul, redo this whole thing, bring new management in, bring people in to look at this stupid-ass analytics, and get this thing right. Part of my language. Get this thing right. Get guys who can get on base. I mean, look, they called up the kids, the minor league players. Jason Dominguez just hit a 2-1 home run. You know, they brought up the kid Austin Wells. Pereira's already up there. Obviously, Volpe's up there and everybody else. Peraza, you know. So, listen, I think the Yankees should just go with the kids, see what they got, and go from there. You know, but don't hold on to them too. If you see a big name player that you think could help the team, make that trade too. It's time to get back to being the Yankees. We're the evil empire for a reason. We're hated. And it's okay to be hated. Embrace it. Let's walk into it. Let's ride it. Ride that hate wave. It's all good because we're the Yankees and we're supposed to be hated. They hate us because they ain't us. Period, point blank. Let's go, Yankees. Let's get to it. But furthermore, so let's look at some statistics for the MVP, AL MVP, and NL MVP. AL, I got Shohei Ohtani winning the thing. You know what I mean? Look at his numbers. 307 batting average, 44 home runs, 95 RBIs. 1,000.071 OPS. And pitching wise, he's 10-5. 3 ERA. Yeah, let me see what we got here. 608 strikeouts. No, it's not 608 strikeouts. I'm tripping on that. I got them stats wrong. Anyway, he's 10-5 though. Not a bad record. But either way, I got him as hitting and pitching. Yeah, he's MVP. He's MVP. I'll get them stats right. Matt. So in the NL for MVP, I consider Matt Olson. Matt Olson's got 44 home runs, 112 RBI, 960 OPS, but his batting average is 268. So obviously you got to go. Obviously, it's Ronald Acuna Jr. Ronald Acuna Jr. batting 337, 30 home runs, 83 RBI, but he's got 62 stolen bases. 62 stolen bases. He's probably going to get 70. He might, I don't think he's going to get 80, but he'll definitely get 70. 992 OPS. So Ronald Acuna Jr. for sure is my NL MVP. That's definitely. Cy Young, AL, I'm going, of course. I'm going to go with my guy, Garrett Cole. Yeah, they're going to say, oh, Yankee homer, so what? Yankee homer all day. Garrett Cole got this. 12-4, 295 ERA, 188 strikeouts. He's top 10 in strikeouts across the whole league, AL and NL. I mean, so definitely, I'm going with him in American League. National League, I wanted to go with Justin Steele, Chicago Cubs. He's 15-3, 269 ERA, 141 strikeouts. You got Blake Snell in the running, though. I mean, he's only 11-9. He's got 193 strikeouts, 260 ERA. But here's the thing. Spencer Strider of the Atlanta Braves, 16-4. Now, his ERA is high. ERA is 3.5. You know what I mean? That's his ERA. 3.5, I'm sorry. But his strikeouts, he's got 245 strikeouts. He's going to hit 300. He might get 300 strikeouts this season. Like, that's crazy. I think that'll be the record in a season. Let's look it up. Hold on one second. Damn it, hold up. Yeah, that would be absolutely crazy, though, if he did that. Nah, I don't know. The most strikeouts is Matt Kilroy. He had 513 strikeouts. I mean, it was 1886 though, so I guess that's the dead ball era. So maybe that don't count. I don't think we're gonna count that. Even in all right, Nolan Ryan had 800 and I'm sorry, 383 in 1973. Gary Hecker had 385 in 1908. Oh no, they're all 18. So 1973. Randy Johnson had 372 in 2001. So yeah, he wouldn't even get close to it. He wouldn't even get close to it. So to me, I would give it to Randy Johnson. He has the record because everybody else is the dead ball era. To me, so it's Randy Johnson. So yeah, he wasn't close to it, but still, that's damn good to have 300 strikeouts in this day and age. So definitely so. But I would So I would say I would give it to Spencer Strider. Spencer Strider would be my AL MVP. I mean NL MVP. I'm NL Cy Young winner for this season for sure. All right, you coming from the break? You know what time it is? 5 locks. And we got Bozo of the Week. We're going to give a few shout-outs. Fanatical Massholes, y'all stick and stay, man. Stay locked. Remember, like, subscribe, share, comment, support the damn movement. Right back after this Fanatical Massholes. Yes, indeed. Welcome back to the Fanatical Massholes Show. It's your boy, Mizzo, holding him down. Excuse me. Damn, excuse me. All right. Let's get back into this thing here. Week 1. I don't know why this ain't week 2, but this is week 1 now of the college football season. Everything kicks off. Everything kicks off this season. Notable games, big games going on. Before I get into my 5 locks, let me see the games that I'm most intrigued by. Not really any. Definitely not Georgia, because Georgia's playing Tennessee Martin. I don't even understand. Like, they previewed that game, y'all. Like, why would you preview Georgia against Tennessee Martin? Why? Why would we do this? Why would we do this? Why would we do this? As I adjust my hat. Why would we do this? Why would we preview Georgia and Tennessee Martin? It's crazy. Georgia's a fraud, y'all. They're frauds. Anyway, so the games I'm most intrigued about. Saturday, I'm intrigued about Definitely not. I'm intrigued about West Virginia, Penn State. I'll be watching that game Saturday night on NBC. I'll be definitely be watching that game. If I'm not busy, I'll be watching that game. So I'll be watching it. I got a couple parties to go to. I got a party to go to. Mom's having her annual bash, but I'll be watching it. I'm gonna watch it on my phone. I'm gonna sneak away and watch it. Yeah. Other than that, I don't really see too many games that I'm like intrigued about. I mean, yeah, not really, because I mean, you see, you got East Carolina, Michigan. That should be a blowout. You got Tennessee, Virginia, blowout. Now TCU, Colorado. You know what? I'm gonna watch. They say Colorado's not going to be that good, but if they win 4 games, it's a win. It's considered a winning season, successful season for the program. Deion Sanders obviously coming in his first season as the coach. He brings over a few of his stars from Jackson State with him. His son, obviously Shedeur Sanders, Travis Hunter, cornerback, who actually spurned my Seminoles to go to Jackson State, and he obviously followed him to Colorado. So I'm interested to see that game too against TCU. I mean, TCU's favored by 20.5. That's great. Listen, I think it's college, but that's a big spread still to me. That's a big spread. It's tough. It's tough. It's tough. You know what I mean? But I'm interested to see that game. I'm interested to see that game. Other than that, like I said, the West Virginia, Penn State game. Oh, North Carolina, South Carolina. I want to see if North Carolina's defense gotten better. Drake May, Heisman candidate, top 10 prospect in the NFL. Definitely see him. Spencer Rattler. He was a Heisman front runner when he first came into Oklahoma, lost his job, obviously transferred to South Carolina, played well down the stretch last year. I'm definitely intrigued about him and his prospects. You know what I mean? So we'll definitely see. But obviously the game I'm intrigued about is Sunday night down in Orlando. Campbell kickoff. LSU Tigers against my Florida State Seminoles. Let's go. You know what I mean? Everybody's gonna be like, what are you doing, Matt? Choose your foot. Yeah, I'm a Florida State Seminole. Charlie Ward and them. Chris Wenke and them. Warwick Dunn and them. Peter Boyer and them. Peter Warwick and them. You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm talking about? For real. You hear my wife, loser. Listen, Florida State will beat the brake pads off Georgia. I'm going to say it again. The brake pads off Georgia. Please let us play in the national semifinal or the championship game. I can't wait to wipe the smirk off her and all the Georgia Bulldogs faces this season. I can't wait. Alabama might do it for us, though. It don't even matter. Alabama just might do it for us. But anyway, that's who I'm going for. You know what I mean? Like that obviously I'm intrigued by that game. Let's go Florida State. Travis Hunter coming back. You know what I mean? That's so we got Travis Hunter returning. I mean, who else we got, man? We got Travis Hunter. You know, we got Trey Benson, running back. He had almost 1,000 yards last season. No, we got Johnny Wilson, wide receiver. We had about 1,000, 897. Defense, we lose my man Jamie Wilson. We lose him on defense. That's a bad one. You know what I mean? I'm sorry. Not Jamie Wilson. Jamie Robinson. We lose Jamie Robinson on defense. He went to the Carolina Panthers, got drafted. So that's kind of a bad hit right there. But we'll see. I think they can rebound. Mike Norvell has been doing great things and improving the program. It started out rough. I didn't know about him. I was definitely like, go get Deion. I mean, he was a Florida State alum, but now he's saying he's not a Florida State alum. He's a graduate of HBCU now. So I don't know. Who knows? But yeah, I'm definitely excited for this game. I'm nervous because this is a big game early. You don't want to lose this game because I don't think it knocks either team out of the playoff. Excuse me, sorry. But you can't lose again. You can't lose again to this team, to another you can't lose again. So if Florida State loses on Sunday, they have to run the table all the way through the ACC championship game and win that, and then go to the playoff. LSU the same thing. If they lose, they have to run the gauntlet, beat Alabama, and then obviously beat Georgia in the SEC championship game, which I don't think they do. You know what I mean? Much as I can't stand Georgia fans, it's not that I don't like Georgia. It's just their fans. You know what I mean? One person in particular. But other than that, you know, I don't think LSU could beat Georgia. So they'd have to run the table. You know what I mean? So if they ran the table and then lost to Georgia and then they beat Alabama, I think Georgia and LSU would get in the national championship. We'll get in the national semifinal. So before we get into my locks, though, now that we officially kicked off week 1, because week 0, I don't know what that was. Anyway, that's my preseason. I'm calling it preseason. My final 4 for the final. This is the final year of the 4 teams in the playoff because next year's gonna be 12 teams. My final 4 is yes, it's Georgia. My Florida State Seminoles. I think Michigan gets in this year, and the 4th team is gonna be. I'm gonna. It's me. If I gotta, I'm gonna say Clemson. No, I'm not Clemson. I'm sorry, not Clemson. If I dark horse it, I'm gonna say Texas. You know what? I'm gonna say Texas. I'm gonna say Texas. So those are my 4. I'm gonna go off script on 1. So I'm gonna go Florida State, Georgia, Michigan, and Texas. Those are my final 4 teams. Who wins it all, Florida State Seminoles. That's who I'm going for. That's it. I'm going Florida State Seminoles. Florida State Seminoles. That's what I'm doing. That's it. That's it. That's what I'm doing. I'm gonna stick to it. Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna stick to it. That's what I'm doing. Period, point blank. That's what I'm sticking to. All right. So now let me get to my locks. So my locks for this week, I mentioned them. Colorado, 20.5-point dogs at TCU. I think they'll cover. They're going to lose, but I think they'll cover. Then I got Cal, 6.5 point favorite over at North Texas. I don't even know why it's that close. Come on, Cal. Show something. I think I got Cal in that. Then I got Nevada, 38.5-point dogs to USC. USC's defense showed me last week that they are going to keep teams in the game. Offense has to play spectacular on every series. I think Colorado doesn't lose by that much. I'm not saying they're going to keep it close, but they're not going to get beat by 38. Definitely not. Then I got Utah State, 23.5-point dogs at Iowa. I mean, it's Big Ten. They're not running it up like that. Not on Utah State. I think Utah State keeps it close. The Aggies do. Keep it close enough. And then the last one, I got South Carolina, 2.5-point dogs to North Carolina. I think they smash them. North Carolina's defense isn't that good. I don't know. We'll see if it's gotten better. We couldn't tell anything, but till I see it, I don't believe it. I'm rocking with the Gamecocks to hold it down. Pause. I'm rocking with them to hold it down and do their thing. Spencer Rattler and the boys to do their thing and win handily. Matter of fact, so they're gonna win outright for sure. I'm taking them to win outright. You know what I mean? All right. So moving on now. Let's get into the bozo of the week. So we had a man. Let's look this guy up. This guy here basically went to the grand jury. As he was going into the grand jury, he recorded himself saying, he recorded himself saying that I'm going to lie. I'm going to lie. I'm about to lie. That's what he said. Alexander Hamilton faces prison time after secretly recording himself during federal grand jury proceedings saying, I'm about to lie. Excuse me. I don't understand what is wrong with people these days that make you think, let's record every little thing we do. Even when you commit a crime. Even when you're about to perjure yourself. I mean, you know what? I'm going to record it and tell the whole world, guess what? I'm about to do it. Like, it's crazy. Like, what? Like, come on. You know what I mean? Like, he he recorded himself. It's not like the cameras got him or somebody else had their phone on him. He did it to himself. And now he's facing prison time. And you a bozo, man. What are you doing? What are you doing? Everything doesn't need to be recorded. Every picture don't need to be taken. Sometimes just live in the moment. And anyway, why would you want to be recording something like that? I don't want to be recording me being in a grand jury or anything when it comes to the court system. I don't want no parts of it. I don't want to be nowhere near it. How about that? None of that. None of that. This guy's a bozo. And Listen, man, I'm not gonna say he deserves time because I don't wish that on anybody, but man, come on, man. You do stupid things happen to you. That's just dumb. That was just dumb what this dude did. Straight bozo. You are a bozo, bro. Come on, man. Do better. You're a bozo. All right. Another thing. Speaking of bozos, so Big Daddy Kane is performing out in London. So there's an artist who decides, let's go stand in the middle of the stage while Big Daddy Kane is doing his one too. He's doing his thing. I mean, it's Big Daddy Kane. What's the problem? Right? So basically, Big Daddy Kane has to tell, Big Daddy Kane has to tell him, like, yo, look, come on, homie. Like, back up. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on. Back up off the set. And dude still stands there. And it just gets to the point where they almost come to blows over this. Like, come on, man. Dude got a ski mask on. It's like, bro, like, what are we doing, man? Like, what's going on? Like, what type of time are you on that you think that let's mess up the legend? Let's mess up his show. I mean, what'd he do to you? Like, I don't know. You hating because he's stealing? Is he stealing your show? Like, I don't understand really what his whole. They haven't talked to the brother who did it. They don't know his motives or what made him want to get on stage and act like that. Not at all. You know what I'm saying? But you can see he walks on the middle of the stage and he's just standing there. You know what I mean? Right hand over left on some militant, but like, bro, what are you doing? And he goes to the back. And Big Daddy Kane tells him, like, yo, young boy, yo, chill. Chill. It's not your time yet. You know what I mean? Clear the stage. He don't want to leave. His security guard trying to make him leave. He gets a little closer. See him pointing at Big Daddy Kane. You know what I'm saying? And then it just to the point Big Daddy Kane takes off his jacket like he's about to go to blows. Like, man, at the end of the day, Big Daddy Kane too. Bro, Daddy Kane up there, he's 50. You know what I mean? Like, come on, man. You're like, damn, y'all about to come to blows too? Like, man, it's crazy, man. Come on. Again, another bozo. That dude could be considered bozo of the week too. Like, come on, man. Let the legend do his 1-2 and get off the stage. And you could do what you do. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. That's crazy. That's just wild. Like, I don't understand this fake rage, this fake protest, not protest, but just this affinity, this adulation to want to be in front of the camera or do something silly for everybody to see it. Like, it seems like that's what drives people now. Let me do something silly because I want clicks and likes. I want attention, so I got to be silly. I got to do something bozo-ish. I got to do something that's lame. And that was some lame stuff that this dude did. You know what I'm saying? You know? For real. Like, in terms of what we call it, in from where I'm around, man, it's fuckboy stuff. You know what I'm saying? And I don't mean to, pardon me, but that's what it is. That's what he did right there, man. You a fuckboy for doing that. You a clown for doing that, man. Come on. Come on, man. Get up the stage and let that man do his thing. Like, it's just crazy. We got to do better, man. We got to just do better. And I keep saying that, but it's just real. Like, you're just seeing too much weirdness going on out here. Just for clicks and likes, man. Like, damn. Sometimes fall back. Get it organically. You know what I'm saying? If it's going to happen, it's going to happen. But you think you speed up the process? Let me do something wild. Because, obviously they say there's no such thing as bad publicity. But come on, man. What about integrity? You know what I mean? What about dignity? Like, when are we going to get back to that? Maybe not. Maybe we'll never do. We will never get back to that. But, man, come on. Hopefully, I'm hoping. Here's the hoping, right? All right, before we get up out of here, let's throw some shout-outs. Shout out to the boy Jaylen Brown of the Boston Celtics. He played in the Big Three tournament. The Big Three All-Star game out in London. Speaking of London. Was a surprise. Ice Cube was happy as hell that he did it. Listen, shout out to him. I know Ice Cube's been kind of mad, going at the NBA and kind of basically calling him out, saying, listen, they blocking a lot of his movements, trying to stop a lot of his movements and trying to stop his progression, which I think is wrong. You know what I'm saying? Like, the NBA should be let's sponsor him. Let's ride with him. Let's sponsor it in some type of way. Put some money into it. So, hey, retired NBA players who think you can still play, go play in the Big Three. Even though they're probably already doing it, but just fresh out retired NBA players. You do that. And then sprinkling some college players who maybe won't make it. Let them come play too before they go back to their, to their seasons or whatever the case is, or even players who want to play now, who are playing right now. Go play over there. Or you might not be getting no work in NBA. All right, go to Big Three for the summer. Let's let us see these guys. But to stop the progression of the Big Three to NBA. Come on, man, that's foul. You know what I'm saying? And for a league that is progressive, that is for the players, and lets the players speak out for this to be happening, man, come on. Like, it's just like, what are we doing here? What type of time are you on? Which way you going? Pick one. You can't be like this, but then let's shut down. Let's try to secretly and collude to shut down this other league. It's not even the other league. They're not going against you. They're not even competing with y'all. The Big Three isn't. It's never on during the NBA season. It always starts after the season. So ride with it, NBA. Ride with Cube. Come on, man. I ride with Cube. I rock with the Big Three. Straight up. Shout out to Jaylen Brown. Also, I want to shout out USA. USA go the men's and women. They swept the gold medals in the relays, 4x100. There you go. You know what I mean? Men and women swept it. First time in a long time. They swept it though. You know what I mean? So that's what's up. Appreciate that. Shout out to them. Also, I want to shout out, pardon me on the speaker there. Also, I want to shout out Mace. Mace got his publishing back, y'all. So he's dropping an album called The Lost Files. He got his publishing back from Diddy. The Lost Files comes out next Friday. I'm gonna be peeping it. I'm gonna obviously review it, let y'all know what I thought about it. Definitely can't wait to hear that. Let's hear some Murder Mace. Let's see if he goes back to that. Definitely loving that. And also, then I want to shout out the 5 QBs out in Central Mass that they're saying could have an impact. That's gonna have big impacts. I'm sorry, make a big impact on their seasons this year. You know what I mean? So what we got? So we got Jake Attaway from Hudson. He's a junior. Let's go, Jake. And we got Mason Griffiths from Leicester. He's a senior. We got Logan Josty from David Prouty. That's a Spencer. He's a senior. And we got Kellen LaChapelle from Uxbridge. He's a senior. And then we got Osiris Lopez Lemonster. He's a sophomore. Shout out to them brothers. You know what I mean? Keep pushing. We watching, paying attention. Hopefully y'all make an impact. Y'all do good in y'all schools. That's definitely what's up. We love to see the local talent do their thing. We want to see everybody succeed from out here in Mass. They don't give us a chance sometimes. It's what it feels like. Little old Mass. The arm, it's the arm of the nation. You know what I mean? Like, show us some love. But definitely looking out for them. Can't wait to see it. Can't wait to see them do their thing. All right. And also, before we get out of here, I just want to say, man, I want to shout out to everybody who's been supporting us this long, supporting me. Keep supporting me. I'm going to keep pushing. Every week I'm coming out with something, even if it's just me. I ain't stopping. The roll ain't stopping. I love sports. I want to talk about other things, too. I'm going to be venturing into other things, but it's definitely sports, definitely hip-hop. Like I said, anything you're a fanatic about, whether it's cats, it's knitting, it's hats, it's sneakers, it's, I don't know, beer, soda, food. Come on the show. Let's talk about it. Give us your comments. Like, subscribe, share, comment. I love y'all. Fanatical Massholes Show. It's your boy Mizzo. I'll see y'all next weekend. Y'all be good. And also, I'm doing an NFL preview. That'll be out this week before the season starts on Thursday. So look out for that too. Like I said, man, y'all have a blessed Labor Day weekend. Peace and blessings. We out on